from Byte Camp. Welcome back to our 2D video game series in Godot. At the end of today's video, we'll have our villager character moving left and right across the screen using the arrow keys. So let's jump into that code. Alright, so here I am in Godot, and as you can see, I've added a script to my villager kinematic body. I've also updated our process function. You'll also see that I have a bunch of pseudocode here. Take a second, press pause and copy this down so you can follow along with me. The first thing that we need to do is add a variable to our script. Now, a variable, it's a piece of information that will change throughout our game, but we need that piece of information in order to run our script. The variable that we need to track in our game, or in this part of our game, is the position of our villager on the X and Y axis. So we're going to create a new variable by typing var for variable. Velocity is going to be the name of my variable. You could call your variable whatever you want, really. Equals vector2 open bracket, close bracket. And vector2 is the position on the X and Y axis. All right, so now line 9, check if the player is pressing the left or right arrow key. So I'm going to leave that comment. That's just going to be for my organization, but I'm going to start replacing line 10. How do we ask the computer to do that? Well, we need an if statement. So if we're pressing the right arrow key, then we're going to move our character to the right. So the way we ask our computer to see if someone's pressing the right arrow key is by saying input.is_action_pressed, open bracket, quotation mark, UI_right. If this is true, I want my velocity, my variable, along the x-axis to change by 500, so a positive number. I'm going to do the same thing on the left, except instead of saying if, I'm going to say elif. So it's going to check if the user is pressing the right arrow key, and then if that's not true, then it will check if the user is pressing the left arrow key. This time our velocity.x is going to change by a negative number, negative 500. And then if the user isn't doing either of those things, so instead of saying if, we're going to say else, because anything else they do, we want it to not move. So we're going to say velocity.x equals 0. Finally, we need to update the position on the X and Y axis. So we're going to say move _and slide, open bracket, velocity, close the bracket, and now let's press play. Now my character moves left and right when I press the left and right arrow keys. However, it doesn't face the direction it's going, and I kind of want it to do that. So what I'm going to do is I need to call out that sprite, that SVG image that we uploaded, and I need to flip it horizontally. So I'm going to say $sprite.flip_h, H for horizontal, equals true. And this is when I'm facing left. I do want it to flip when we are pressing on the left arrow key. I'm going to do the same thing on the right, but instead of saying true, it's false. I don't want it to flip when I press the right arrow key. Press play one more time, and now my character faces the direction it's going. Awesome, so we're well on our way to finishing our game, and in the next few videos, we'll be showing you how to collect emeralds and gain points in your game. You don't want to miss out on that, so make sure that you subscribe. We'll see you in the next video. Bye, everybody.